on, guys? My name is Nick and welcome back to Wilson Auto. If you are new to the channel and you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you get updated on all my latest hooligan shenanigans on my CBR, my DRZ, my XL, my CL, whatever it is that I'm riding, or maybe I'm working on my Honda Prelude or my Honda Accord. If you guys want to see content like that, be sure to go ahead, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. With that out of the way, my mirror keeps adjusting itself because they suck. We are on a rescue mission right now. This is a rescue mission motovlog. One of my subscribers who lives up in Massachusetts, he's working on a valve cover gasket on his 05 Accord, maybe an 04 Accord, and he said, hey, like he talked to me, he's like, dude, I can't get the plasti dip off my valve cover because apparently the previous guy decided to plasti dip it, which is really stupid, guys. Never ever plasti dip your valve cover. I feel like I shouldn't have to tell you that, but in any case, don't do it. So he's like, listen, I ran out of aircraft paint remover, like the can broke or something. I'm like, hey, I have extra. Like, it doesn't really work, but I have extra. So what I'm gonna do now is he is up about an hour away with back roads. I don't feel like taking the highway. And he's about an hour away, so we're gonna go run that up to him. And I'm gonna tell you guys a fun little story on the way, I figure, because I don't want this to just be a boring ride. It will be pretty cool and scenic. So yeah, like I said, we're heading up to Mass, got some brake clean and aircraft paint remover. I might have an outstanding warrant in Mass right now because I haven't paid my speeding ticket. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna go bring him his goods. Alright, so let's go ahead, let's get into the little story while we start exploring. This was earlier this year, back when I actually first bought this bike. And the story, guys, the idea is about this $500 Mickey Mouse keychain that I have right here on my CBR. Now, of course, it's broken, which is kind of ironic, but this is the story of how I paid $500 for a keychain. So, I bought this bike on March, I want to say March 6th or March 7th. I don't quite remember. And that was a while ago, and now it's December something, so I've had the bike for a while. And also, it's beautiful weather out, guys. In case you didn't notice, just wearing a flannel and my riding jacket that I always wear when I'm on the CBR, which is awesome. It's so beautiful out. And that's kind of the reason I'm bringing him the aircraft paint removers, because it's like, well, I'm going to go for a ride and record a motovlog anyway. Was going to work on the Prelude, but I couldn't find the parts that I have. I know I have extra upper control arms somewhere with brand new polyurethane bushings, but anyway, you guys want to hear about the story. Alright, so this is back in March. When I first bought this bike, this was the fairing kit I decided on. It took about a day to make that decision. Now, if you guys remember March of 2020, this is right when the whole, you know, the thing started happening. I'm not going to say it because YouTube actually shadow bans people if you say the C word, the big thing, the plague. So this is back when that was first starting, and I didn't realize that everything would get as messed up as it did. But in any case, I bought this bike, again, like early March. And like 2 days later, I ordered the fairing kit. I believe I ordered it from eBay because I knew DHgate and a few other websites had it, but I ended up ordering it from eBay just because that's where I thought it was the cheapest. So that's what I went with, and that'll soon be seen as a mistake. So I ordered this fairing kit, right? And now I was waiting months for this thing to ship out because of the whole thing, and it was coming from China. It wouldn't ship, obviously, and I didn't think it would take as long as it did. But in any case, I want to say this is around the end of May, and I get a notification. It's like, hey, your package shipped. I'm like, sweet. Well, this is beginning of May. It's like, hey, your package shipped. I'm like, awesome. Finally. And you know, I'm very happy at this moment in time. I'm waiting, all of a sudden I get the notification. It's like, your package landed in Virginia. I'm like, yes. I don't know why Virginia, but I'll take it. You know, it's in the US. So excited. It's finally coming. So now this is the end of May. Early June, it shows up, or at least it says out for delivery. And I tell you, I know there's like a bunch more work to do to the bike, but I'm just so excited to finally have the big piece that'll, you know, make it look as good as it does. So I get like super excited. I'm waiting all day by the mailbox pretty much. I'm waiting at my driveway, I'm in the garage, and I get the notification. It's like, your package is a few stops away. I'm like, oh man, this is the big moment It's finally showing up. So, I'm waiting by the mailbox and I'm expecting it to come via USPS. And as I'm waiting for this package to show up, I hear the mailman start slowing down. And I was so excited, man. Like, picture Christmas morning times 5. Because I knew this was the big piece that'll make this CBR go from clapped out ghetto Street Fighter to like mid-condition, freshly rebuilt looking pretty machine. So I'm like dead excited. He doesn't get out of his truck. I'm like, huh, that's a, you know, this is a big bike. It's got to be a big box for all those fairings. There's something in my eye. Ah! Bear left onto Putnam Pike. Whoo! So I see him and he doesn't get out of his truck and he just puts stuff in the box. I'm like, oh, he must have forgotten it, but I go and check the mail anyway. And there's this little manila envelope in the mailbox. I'm like, what are these? Some kind of like sketchy pirate instructions on how to find my package? Like, what, did it not make it through customs or something? No, this is the right package. I checked. It's from the same person who was shipping out my fairings. And that's where I started getting upset and nervous. I see this little manila envelope and I feel something in it. I'm like, what on earth is this? Now mind you guys, I paid about $500 for these fairings. I actually got these ones for $410. I got them on discount and I'll tell you guys about that in just a second. So I see this envelope, I feel there's something inside, I open it up and there's a note. And I read the note and I'll post a picture on screen. You guys can pause it and go ahead and read it. But long story short, TLDR, it says, I'm reading this note and long story short, it says, we're sorry we couldn't, I mean it says this in like the worst Chinglish I've ever seen in my life. So it says it in like the worst Chinglish I've ever read, and I'm reading it, I'm like, okay, and I can make sense of this. And long story short, it says we couldn't ship out your fairings, we couldn't ship out your products due to the ongoing thing, but they will show up in a couple months. And I'm thinking, I'm like, holy crap, in a couple months? The bike's gonna be done in like the next couple weeks. What can you mean the next couple months they're gonna ship out? And I'm thinking like, this has to be a joke, right? And I'm like super pissed. I'm thinking like this has to be a joke. This is a scam or a joke. And I ended up getting a refund for my money. But in the package, this is the funniest part, in the package, right, my $500 package, because they couldn't ship my fairings, they included this little Mickey Mouse keychain, and they said, we hope this will suffice. Sorry we couldn't, you know, here's like a little, it literally said here's a little present or here's a little gift or something. It's like, accept our apologies. I'm like, dude, accept your apologies. That's a $500 keychain. And long story short, I did end up getting my money back because I wasn't about to wait a couple months. I ended up ordering it through DHgate, ironically enough. And it took them a month from the time that I ordered it until when they came in, which is pretty impressive. A month is really short shipping time from China during the whole thing. So kudos to DHgate. If you guys are looking for a good fairing supplier in China, I'll go ahead and link their username in the description below because they did a really good job. The paint came out fantastic. Looks so good. Absolutely no complaints. So make sure you guys go ahead and check them out for all your fairing needs. So long story short, my $500 package came with this Mickey Mouse keychain, and it's so weird to me that a fairing supplier, it wasn't like a motorcycle keychain or anything like that, it's a Mickey Mouse keychain. Anyway, I just find it ironic that they gave me a Mickey Mouse keychain instead of like some motorcycle keychain or something like that. But that is the story of my $500 keychain. It's kind of stupid, but that's the reason I have it on my CBR keychain. In case you guys are ever wondering why I have a Mickey Mouse keychain on my sport bike, that's the reason, that's the story. I just think it's kind of funny, and I know you guys are probably going to enjoy that as well. I got a super glue it though, like it literally, it's peeling apart. I don't know why, but it's, yeah, it's that Chinese quality hitting different, right? Alright, so I dropped off the goods, dropped off the stuff to his house, just talked about the cars, hung out for a little bit, but now I'm on my way back. I don't know where I am. I don't know how to get back. So, looks like we're all set, gonna head back now. I'm gonna end this video here. If you guys did like it, be sure to hit that like button. Be sure to comment down below what you liked about it, and if you guys want to see more motovlogs like this, So if you guys like this video, be sure to hit that like button, comment down below what you liked, and if you want to see more moto vlogs, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of my future content. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.